guys, my name's Erica, and we'll be talking about flexion of the synovial joints. First, we have flexion and extension, these guys right here. Flexion is the movement that decreases a joint's angle. Flexion is usually common in hinge joints. An example of hinge joints are like elbows, knees, fingers, toes, ankles. Flexion usually occurs at the bending of an elbow. Extension is a movement that straightens a joint. In this drawing, the flexion is the flexion of the elbow up, and extension is just straightening it out. An easy way for me to remember this is like you're at the gym and you see the guys flexing their muscles or girls flexing their muscles. And extension is just, for me, like someone giving a great big stretch. Next we have protraction and retraction. Protraction is an anterior movement of the body part in the transverse plane. In this drawing, the arm and shoulder come out as if trying to push open a door or like a policeman signaling stop. Retraction is the posterior movement. And in this drawing, it's when the shoulder and arm go back to relaxing or the shoulders come back into a military stance. Next is abduction or adduction and adduction. Abduction is the movement of the body part in the frontal plane moving away from the midline of the body. And in this drawing, if we're just looking at this guy, it's everything else moving out, including the legs and the arms. And adduction is the movement in frontal plane back towards the midline. So we just put it in reverse and you're just standing there. Next we have elevation and depression. Elevation movement is the movement that rises a body part vertically in the frontal plane. In the drawing, maybe it's hard to tell, but the shoulders are being scrunched up towards the ear. Depression is the lowering of the body part in the same plane. And in this drawing, the shoulders are being rested back down to normal. An easy way for me to remember this is elevation is like an elevator going up. And depression is like something being dropped down. Next, we have circumduction. Circumduction is one end of an appendage remains fairly stable while the other makes a circular motion. And in this drawing, the shoulder is remaining somewhat stable, and the arm, forearm, and hand are moving in a circular motion. Next we have rotation. Rotation is a movement in which a bone spins on the lengthwise axis. In this drawing, the arm is at a bent, this one, is at a bent, the elbow is at a bent, and the arm moves towards the body, putting the palm on the stomach. This is called medial rotation. Doing the exact opposite of that, moving the palm away from the body, is lateral rotation. Next we have supination and pronation. Supination and pronation are mainly known for primary movement of the forearm. Supination of the forearm is a movement that turns the palm upwards, and pronation is when putting the palm down. Easy way for me to remember this is that, for supination anyway, is that if you cup the palm like you're holding supination. Next is dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Dorsiflexion is the movement in which the toes of the foot are elevated or pointing up. In this drawing, the toes are pointing up and ankles flexed up. Plantar flexion is the movement in which the toes point down, like a ballerina or like someone diving into water. I remember the dorsiflexion, like a dorsal fin of a dolphin or a whale, like that points straight up. And the plantar is like you take a plant and you put it down into the ground. Well, that's my synovial flexion for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.